Hello, welcome to the channel, everyone. Excuse my voice. I'm sick. Actually, ended up getting COVID. I don't know how. I for sure thought I had the flu because my mom has the flu. Turns out I have COVID and she has the flu. I don't know what's going on. Super weird, right? I think I'm clearing out old toxins because it was so weird. I did a bunch of energy work on myself and then I got COVID. So I found that is a I kind of see that as my body clearing out the old energy. So I think that's what's going on. So excuse my voice if I'm talking quiet or it sounds weird. That's the reason for it. Spirit said this topic needed to get out. It's a very important topic that a lot of you need to hear right now. You can definitely choose more than one pile if you are drawn to it. We have 3 piles. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Keep in mind this is a general collective reading for thousands of people. So if certain parts don't make sense, that's okay. Leave that part out for who it does make sense for. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, information to book will be down in the description box. You can email me, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Be careful on TikTok. There is people pretending to be me, reaching out to people. And I will never reach out to you for a reading, okay? Those are scammers pretending to be me. So thanks for the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Thanks for turning on the notification bell. Make sure you have that notification bell on if you're interested in doing the $11 mini readings. It's super fun. Anyways, I do want to get into this topic. What's going on in the spirit realm involving you? Involving you. So it's not just what's going on in the spirit realm. It has to involve you in some type of way, okay? Let's see, my camera's falling, so let me fix that really quick. Does anyone need help picking topics before I begin? Or piles, I meant to say. I'm going to be using the tarot as well as my psychic ability. So if you read tarot and you're like, that's not what that card means, you guys, I'm also going off of my abilities. And I may also use my channel deck that I made of index cards. So we're going to have a few different things coming up here. Okay, I don't see anyone saying that they need help. So if you're having trouble picking a card, choose the one that you are most drawn to, the one you can't get your eyes off of. Or when you say the number, 1, 2, or 3, it has the most emphasis. Okay? If none of them are drawn to you, this just may not be the reading for you at this time. Maybe you'll catch it at another time and it'll be meant for you then. Hey Shirley, welcome in. I appreciate you for being here. Let's get some sun in here. Yes, okay. All right, guys. So for some reason, I have the urge to light a candle. Maybe the candle's going to give us some information. What's up, A? Because I can also read candles and the flame, you know, what it's trying to tell us. And I just really got the urge to light a candle before starting. So I think this is also going to be a candle reading as well as tarot and intuitive reading. So we may get a lot of different messages. Oh, thank you, Shirley. You're awesome. I'm glad to have you, my soul family. So let me find the lighter before we start, guys, and light up this candle. And it's interesting because the inside of the candle look at what that looks like. That's very interesting. Let me get my lighter, guys. Hold on. Okay, here I am. If I can light it. It's crazy because intuitively jumped in your channel. Oh, I'm glad you found me, eh? Maybe you really need to hear this message then. Maybe you're the first pile. Okay, let's get on into it. I'm going to start with pile 1. And it's so weird because I actually wasn't going to post today, and then I got a strong urge to just post. So I definitely feel like this message is meant to be. What's going on in the spirit realm involving you? Pile number 1. I gotta look at the back of this card. I'm being called to. You guys chose the dove. You know the Ankh? You could be seeing the Ankh a lot lately. From Iran. Hey, Lilith. Iran in the house. It also says on this card, it does talk about Aphrodite. So those could be some symbols for you. Dove, Aphrodite, and the Ankh, which is the female cross. I actually have one in my room. I want to show you guys in case you guys don't know what it looks like, because I have a feeling you're going to start seeing it a lot after this reading because they're sending you signs. And the female cross has a lot to do with the female organs. Whether you're male or female watching this reading does not matter, okay? Let me show you. This is an Ankh. This is representing the female organs here. It's the female cross. And it's funny because on your card, there's actually a pyramid. So you could be getting messages from Egyptian or Samaritan beings. I feel like the message I'm getting is you could actually have DNA from this time period. These type of beings is who you could be drawn to. I feel like there's a being, though. There's a being wanting to work with you to give you information about this time period. Especially if right now you're going through another spiritual awakening or you're looking for answers. How are we here? Why am I here? Where did humans come from? You know, you're asking all these big questions. What does this mean in the Bible? What does this mean in the Quran? What does that mean in Buddhism? If you're looking for like the truth, there is a being on the other side in the spirit realm guiding you to different information. And what you really want to pay attention to at this time is symbols. And looking up the meaning of symbols, okay? So let's pull some tarot here. What's going on in the spirit realm involving you? so weird because I'm hearing like you lost your way in some type of way. You could have kind of lost your way. Because I'm hearing, you can change your hair and you can change your clothes, but you'll always find your way back home. What do we have? The Three of Swords would be the first card, right? What is that about? It's about loss. You're supposed to be, I'm really strongly hearing for this pile that this pile's supposed to be some type of prophet. And you know what? I'm hearing getting a vision of this video of Bashar. If you haven't looked into Bashar, you may want to start doing some research on Bashar. Because you may be supposed to be someone like Bashar. Well, I don't want to say Bashar exactly. I want to say like Daryl Inca. That's his name. And he channels an entity named Bashar. Anyways, you're not really lost. You're not really lost because I feel like this is all a part of the journey, right? But I do feel like a lot of you feel lied to by the government, maybe by doctors, maybe by your family, or you have been lied to and you're just about to realize that after this reading. As this card says here, it says leader. It says leader on the card. So you are supposed to be a leader, but not any type of leader. You know, there's a lot of leaders that are not very empathic, that are not very compassionate. You're supposed to be a leader of compassion and of empathy and of emotion. Let's see. Let's get more specific with it, please, Spirit. Okay, this is the message. The most important thing you are supposed to be doing in meditation right now is balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Because when they're balanced, some powerful things are going to happen for you. Another thing you're being guided to do is positive affirmations, because it has been scientifically proven that doing positive affirmations daily actually heals DNA. They tested this in a lab. And it's been proven scientifically that doing positive affirmation heals your DNA. So if you want to be the one to break generational curses, that's going to be what you need to do, is these positive affirmations, which sounds so simple and silly, right? Like, how can that fix my problems? It does, because when you're saying positive affirmations, it eventually changes your brain to think those thoughts, and thoughts are energy, which that energy is going to be connecting you to a higher vibration, because they're higher vibrational energies coming out of your skull, out of your brain. Those thoughts don't stay with you. Those thoughts come out of your brain, literally, and they connect you to other vibrations that match. So it's very important to think positive thoughts. It's okay to ask questions and wonder. That's not what this is about. But it is important you be careful what you're watching. It's okay to have a human experience, okay? To watch TV, to listen to music, and things like that. But be careful of how much you do that. What am I getting? Okay, let's see here. So what's going on in the spirit realm that involves pile one? Can we be specific? Let's stay on topic here. There's a reason for them telling us that, right? It's because you're getting back on track. You're getting back on track to what you were supposed to be doing. Another thing you're supposed to be doing: sharing your knowledge, sharing whatever wealth you have, and it will circulate back to you. Doing any type of charity work, helping people out, spreading love, most of all, spreading love. If somebody makes you mad, even if they're in the wrong, they make you mad, bless that person. Send them love. Don't react off of your emotions, because that's going to keep you at a lower frequency. We're all one, right? This is what Spirit's trying to get you to realize right now. This is what the spiritual realm is trying to get you to realize. We are all one. So that person is just another version of you. So when you're sending somebody else hate, even if they're in the wrong, you're sending yourself that hate, that anger. And I'm not saying you always have to be like love and light or like positive. But you don't have to stay negative either. Let the negativity come through, observe it, and then think a positive thought after that, you know? The reason for that is you're supposed to get on a certain vibration. They're trying to get you to match a certain frequency in the spirit realm so that they can contact you exactly. They can't contact you if you're not on that frequency. You have to match their frequency in order for them to give you the messages you need to hear to be this leader, to be this prophet. So they're trying to get you to do things like raise your vibration, do positive affirmations, and heal your DNA. They're trying to get you to do all these things in order to raise your vibration so that they can communicate to you the messages they want out to the world. Exactly. Acknowledge your lower thoughts, aim for your higher thoughts. I'm reading your comments as well. So, and it's good to be empathic, okay? But you don't want to soak up negative energy. So sometimes you have to learn how to observe other people's feelings without fully taking them on. Okay, because you don't want to take on their feelings fully and then that mess with your frequency. So knowing how much to empathize, okay? Not fully drowning to understand someone. Let's see. It's interesting because I feel like you guys knew when you first had your spiritual awakening that you were supposed to be some type of prophet or some type of messenger, right? But you somehow got off path a little bit, and you still kind of did what you're supposed to do, but not at its highest level. They're trying to get you to do this on the highest level now. So let me give you an example. Let's look at tarot readers, right? Somebody like myself. They could be considered prophets on a lower level, but not on a higher level as someone like what Bashar is doing. Okay? So that's why Bashar is really important. He keeps really coming out. Let's see what else. Oh, thank you, Pretty Tarot. I'm glad I've helped you. Let's see. Look what we have here. This represents teamwork. Your whole spirit team is sending you videos, sending you people, sending you messages to get you to do what I was mentioning. Healing your DNA by doing things like positive affirmations and listening to frequencies. They could just randomly be popping up on your homepage. People could be sending them to you. This could also be let me see here. Oh shoot, my phone's dying. All right, let's get on into the messages that I've made. What is the spirit realm? High priestess. So you're actually a high priestess, but you have to match that frequency so you can get those messages from a very high up being on the other side that's been trying to work with you. Okay, what else for pile 1? You're going to gain forbidden knowledge. You're going to gain forbidden knowledge. You know who this is also making me think of? There's a page called Forbidden Knowledge where Billy Carson, that's another person you may want to look up for this next version of your spiritual journey. Bashar and Billy Carson. Look into those two people. Because you may be supposed to be someone like that. Of course, in your own authentic way, not exactly like them. Identity change. So yeah, they're helping you to change your identity. To remember who you are again. You've forgotten who you are on a soul level. Think about it. When you come to this earth, right? They give you a name. They give you a race. But that's not who you are. That's not who you genuinely are. So how do you figure out who you genuinely are? Spending time alone, but also meditation. That's going to be a big one. Meditation. Electrokinesis. I think some crazy things are going to start happening once you get on that frequency. Like, as far as certain abilities that you may develop, it doesn't have to be electrokinesis, but I'm just saying certain abilities, once you get to that vibration, that will develop, that are going to be very intense and amazing at the same time. Shuts down. So Spirit says you're doing everything right. Your spirit team wants you to know you're doing everything right. Just continue to do what you've been doing and just add some more meditation into that and positive affirmations into what you're already doing. Look up the ancient tablets That may be something you want to look into. You're going to get a lot of information that you've been asking and looking for. I'm going to leave this pile here because my phone's dying. We're already at 25 minutes. Okay. Some of you chose more than one pile. I'll see you there if so. Thanks for joining pile 1. Pile 2. Hey, Cam. So first of all, let me say it's interesting you chose the fox. This always makes me think of Swipe or No Swiping from Dora the Explorer. And as we got here, this is about poverty, insecurity, isolation, worry, just anything where you feel lack, right? So what is happening in the spirit realm that involves you? Okay. We're getting some different cards here. I'm going to pull some extra cards because we got different messages here. This card says if you're not attracting, you're repelling. So let me say the first message could be you could accidentally be repelling some type of manifestation or blocking it from coming in. It's not that you need to match the vibration. You could already be at the vibration of what you're trying to manifest, but then when it tries to come in, you block it. You block your own blessings. You block your own manifestations. You send it back with your thoughts, with your belief systems, okay? Because you're in a lack mindset. So figuring out what those lack mindset belief systems are within you, because it'll be different for each and every one of you, but figuring out what that is and healing that so that you're not blocking your own blessings. That's something that you need to know, because what's going on in the spirit realm is you're literally getting what you asked for, but then it's being sent back. Okay? Or it starts to be on its way to you and then you somehow send it back or block it. One of the things here is that you are speaking certain things into existence very quickly, actually, as well. So you're speaking things into existence. And this is something that they really want you to recognize in the spirit realm, because you could be manifesting things both in the spirit realm and in the 3D realm. So being careful of that, as well as certain thoughts that you're having, okay? False accusations. negative belief system. So yeah, that's literally what I was just saying. There's certain accusations about yourself that you have that are not true. Could it be that you're not good enough? You don't feel good enough? Could it be that you don't feel capable? Could it feel that you can't handle something? Could it be that you don't deserve it because you haven't forgave yourself for past mistakes? So really diving in deep to heal that. Wow. So that explains the fox, right? Somebody could have done some spells to break you and a lover up, or they could actively be doing this. If it's not actual spells, could be somebody praying that you and another person breaks up, which, by the way, is the same thing as a spell. Praying is spells. It could be them just wishing and hoping, which is still the same thing as a spell, on a less powerful level. So what's going on in the spirit realm is that, spiritually, somebody's sending some energy out there for you and someone else to break up. This could also be something that's already happened in the past that is coming to the light right now during this reading. The main thing you need to work on right now is self-love. That is the main thing. Because even if they are sending energy to break you and someone up, that self-love is going to keep that together from happening. Feeling scared, depression, joy. So in the spirit realm, what's happening is your depression is being transmuted into joy. Your fear is being transmuted into joy. That's what's happening in the spirit realm. Why? Because you're slowly starting to change your vibration in your thoughts. You're starting to do this. I feel like you're starting to be more aware, because it says double look. You're starting to be more aware of what you're thinking and saying. Even if you haven't fully made that change yet, just being aware is the first step. Being aware when you say something negative or think something negative about yourself or your situation. What do we have here? So, it says here, wall up. You know what I'm thinking is, some of you in this pile, and of course, take what resonates. This doesn't have to be for everyone. But some of you in this pile gained some weight in some places where you didn't want to. Now is the perfect time for you to thank your body for that. Why should you thank your body for that? Because it was protecting you. A lot of times when you gain weight in certain areas, it's protecting you. If you gain weight in your stomach, your power could be being protected. Because what's in your stomach? Your solar plexus. It'd be a really good time for you to write a letter to your body and thanking your body for what it does for you. And watch how much that's going to change things for you spiritually and physically. So what's going on in the spirit realm involving you? You're spiritually evolving. You don't know it, but you're in the process of changing your reality. somebody did send you some energy at some point in the past to make you at a lower vibration, to attack you, to attack your beauty, to attack whatever good things you've had. And it could have worked. But now you know how to use discernment better so that you don't allow these people in your energy. Because if they're not in your energy, it's not going to work. They have to somehow be in your energy, right? So, whoever this person was, they attacked you through your thoughts first. They attacked you through your thoughts first. And they had access to you. This could even be multiple different people. Especially if you were doing glamour magic. That creates a lot of envy. That creates a lot of jealousy. And if you weren't doing glamour magic, you could have just been really, focusing on self-love, on confidence, and that created a lot of envy. Let's go to the next pile. My phone's at 10%, but now you know who to watch out for. You need to, you know how sometimes we get a first impression on someone, and we have a bad feeling about this person, and then we talk to them, and you're like, you know what? I was wrong. I had the wrong judgment on this person. They're actually cool. A lot of times, you'll see that your first impression was right, and that person was wearing a mask, and they just seemed cool. So follow your first impression of someone. Not necessarily by what they're wearing or what they look like, but more so what their energy is telling you. Okay? If you get a bad feeling, listen to that. Don't allow them in your energy. Some of you need to be more of a bitch, and I hate to say that because you guys seem like you're such sweet people for this pile, but that's what's gonna protect your energy the most. Don't be a bitch to kind people that are genuinely kind, but if you know with your discernment that someone is not good and they're wearing a mask and your discernment is telling you that, don't be scared to be a bitch to that person because you don't want to allow them access to your energy. Okay? Sometimes that does include ignoring someone or refusing to shake someone's hand if they ask to shake your hand, or a hug if they ask to give you a hug and you say no. That's all has to do with protecting your energy. Okay? So, spiritually, what's going on in the spirit realm, so let me sum this up. You're transmuting some type of energy that was thrown at you. Okay? So in the spirit realm, it's being transmuted. Your spirit guides are helping you to transmute it. But they want you to learn from the past mistakes. Okay? Of when to trust someone and when not. So overall, you're having a glow up spiritually first, pile 2, and then it's going to show on the outside in the physical in a couple of months. So the glow up will happen spiritually first and then physical. Okay, pile 2? That's what's going on in spirit realm involving you, a glow up. Last but not least, pile 3. What's going on in the spirit realm involving you. Clearing the light is coming to get back everything the darkness stole. So this is interesting. You guys have actually, I don't know the word I'm looking for. You got in contact with source energy, with actual God, with actual creator, with actual light energy. You've gotten in contact with the light. And whatever darkness, because I feel like there is like a dark cloud over you for quite some time. It's disappearing. So light, source, God is working one-on-one with you, side by side with you right now. Internally with you right now. Okay? Let's see. The light is coming to get back everything the darkness stole. So whatever you've lost that you felt like was positive, you're going to get something even better. That's what's happening in the spirit realm right now. You're being prepared for something better than what you've lost. We have the Fool. So you have new beginnings. You have a new beginning coming. You have multiple opportunities coming that's already in the spirit realm, that's just waiting to physicalize. I guess that's the right word. Materialize. It's already in the spirit realm. It's just hasn't materialized fully yet. And I'm hearing, for a lot of you, some of you could be influencers or content creators, or you're being called to be. And you need to make several channels. Don't have just one channel. If you're already some type of influencer or content creator, but you're not fully where you want to be, you're being told to make more channels. That could be part of these new beginnings, okay? And don't tell anyone. Keep it a secret, okay? Because I do feel like a lot of people were preying on your downfall. People from the past. But don't hate them for it. Send them love. So what you guys need to know is the worst has already happened, pile 3. There's nowhere to go but up now. You can't go down any further. You can only go up. And actually a lot of bad things could have happened because that's what they say happens before your manifestations come in. A lot of negative things happen first, right before something really big and positive happens, because there has to be balance. So yeah, look, this is about manifestation. There's some things that you've been daydreaming about, visualizing about, whatever, that have already been developed in the spirit realm. It just hasn't materialized in the physical realm yet. So whatever it is you've been visualizing or daydreaming about, put in action for that now. Okay? For example, if you've been manifesting winning the lottery and you daydream about it and, you know, you meditate on it, go buy a lottery ticket now. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Everyone's been manifesting something different. So your intuition has actually gotten stronger. And there was actually a whole spiritual battle going on with your spirit guides and somebody else's spirit guides. But I feel like recently your spirit team has won that. And they want to talk to you about that. Also, when you start something, you are going to have a lot of trial and error. So don't be scared to fail, because it gets you one step closer to succeeding. And some of your best years may be at 30 to 33 if you haven't reached that yet. It could also be talking about 2030 or 2033, okay? Who were you battling? Who are your spirit team battling? How about that? Who is your spirit team battling? Wow. Now that's crazy, right? A lover? Your spirit team was battling a lover's spirit team. That's weird. Okay? Was it a past lover? Was it a current lover? Let me ask yes or no. Is this a current lover? of pile three's that pile three spirit team was battling the current lover's spirit team? Yes or no? It's interesting because it's saying yes. So your spirit team could have been battling a lover's spirit team. It could be that this person was a karmic and the contract was over, but this person tried to continue the contract and make it longer. It doesn't have to be completely a current lover, but it could be a more so recent current lover. It'll be different for all of you. Some of you are like wondering who this is, right? Who am I? The person could have a bad liver or liver problems that it's referring to. They could feel like this person was using you for something. Okay? And so this person's thinking of you right now. This person could be on drugs because it says drugged. So they could be on drugs, possibly. They could be in jail or about to go to jail. And that's, you know, your spirit team handling them is by getting them away from you or sending them to jail because they just weren't for you. They were trying to continue a karmic contract that should not have been continued. Okay, so they're like spiritually, they could be not a good soul. But the crazy thing is they could look good on the outside, but on the inside, they're not a good soul, even if they pretend to be. Like wear some type of mask with you and others. But your spirit team has handled them already or has just about fully handled them. So this is what's been going on in the spirit realm. So you need to stay away from whoever this person is. Can you give me a zodiac sign? Zodiac sign of this person. They could be a Virgo. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus. What could this person's zodiac sign be? It could be a Gemini. They could be a Virgo. I'm hearing Capricorn as well. Can very much so be a Capricorn. Wow. And look, we pulled the Capricorn card. So they could be any of these signs. I have them in their big three. Look, and that's the battle that's been going on. Because this person planned to do something really bad to you, and it could have, if you have children, it could have involved your children, even if it's their children too. They would have thrown your whole life upside down and possibly put your children at risk. So that's what's been going on in the spirit realm, guys. Once this person's away from you, keep them away. Do not let them back in, okay? They're already away from you. Good. Keep it that way. You may need to do some cord cutting from this person. All right? So I hope this helped. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.